Hi, my name is Sarah and welcome to Movement Yoga. Today's class is just going to be a short little flow that's going to help you feel energized and to give you a little bit of a pick-me-up if you notice that your energy is feeling a little bit low. Sometimes it's good to distinguish between the days that we need rest and the days that we just need a little bit more of a push to find a way just to move some stagnant energy around. If you like this class, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel because it's a free and simple way that you can support the channel, and also feel free to leave me a comment to connect or leave any questions you might have. I'll also leave my Instagram page and my Facebook page if you'd like to connect with me in these places on the internet as well. Anyways, when you're ready, get your mat and your space set up and we will begin. So we're going to start today's class in a cross-legged position. So just find your seat, find what works for you. If you'd like to sit on a block, you can also do so. Just whatever feels good, so you can spend a couple moments here just connecting inward to the body and the breath. So let's just start by closing the eyes, rolling the shoulders down and back, feeling nice and long through the crown of the head, feeling gravity as it pulls the weight of your pelvis down towards the floor. Just notice the quality of your breath as you begin to breathe in and out through the nose. And just give yourself a couple of moments just to notice exactly where you are in this very moment. Notice exactly how you feel. Notice exactly what you might be experiencing. Notice exactly what you might be thinking. And as you make these observations, I want you to see if you can just notice. Really just notice and try not to add any extra layers to whatever it is that you find. Now I want you to continue to deepen the breath, really focusing in on bringing new vitality and life in through the nose. And just releasing any old and stagnant energy that you don't need out through the nose. I want you to take one more cycle of breath. And then when you're ready, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. So while we're here, we're just going to do a little breathing exercise that's going to help us get the breath really moving through the body. So the breath is going to be a 2-count inhale, a 2-count exhale. So I'll just demonstrate how the breath sounds. It's a little like this. So I just want you to take it at your own pace. If you notice that you experience any sort of dizziness or it's just getting a little bit too overwhelming, just stop completely. Just be mindful as well if you're pregnant or if you do find yourself getting dizzy easily, maybe just sit the breath work out for this time. But we're just going to go through a couple of rounds together, just really stoking that inner fire, stoking that inner energy that we're trying to invoke. So when you're ready, we'll take a cleansing breath to prepare, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then when you're ready, 2 to begin, 2 to exhale. Take a nice long inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Then when you're ready, just roll the energy out through your shoulders, just give yourself a little bit of energizing movement. And we're just going to begin to stretch into the shoulders. So I want you to start with the right arm under, left arm over. We're going to cross at the elbows, and you can either bring the back of the palms together, or you can try and bring the front of the palms together. So this is our eagle arms. I want you to begin to draw the elbows just up in line with the shoulders. So feeling a stretch through the shoulders, and then if it's comfortable, maybe pulling the hands away from the face. Just take a couple of moments to breathe into the shoulders, just noticing the stretch. Nice, deep, rich breaths in and out through the nose. Slowly begin to release the arms, and let's take it to the other side. So left arm under, right arm over, or the opposite side of what you just did if you're not too great with left or right. Once again, back of the palms to touch or front of the palms to touch. Find what works for you. Keep the hands and the forearms close together. Begin to draw the elbows up in line with the shoulders, and then slowly see if you can pull the hands away from the face. Once again, just give a couple of mindful breaths to whatever it is that you feel. Then slowly, slowly begin to release. Roll the shoulders out just in one direction and then the other direction, and hopefully they feel really nice. And then we're going to slowly make our way up into our toe sit. So I want you to focus on tucking all of the toes, including the pinky toes, to the best of your ability. You're going to slowly begin to sit back onto the heels. So we're going to stay here for a little bit of time. And I want you to really feel into whatever it is that you begin to feel. A lot of the time we don't really give too much love to our feet, and this is a great stretch for really getting into the fascia of the feet, waking the energy up from our base so we can connect to the earth more efficiently and draw energy up into our bodies from the earth. So stay with the toe sit. Come to a place where your breath is present and mindful. And then we're going to stretch into the hands as well. So we're going to go from closed fist to open fist. So I want you to open and spread your fingers as wide as you can for the count of 20. So let's start with our fist closed, and I'll count you down. So when you're ready, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring your hands down and just lift your feet up to allow your feet to hang just as the blood draws back towards the feet. Just really notice how it feels, and then slowly bring some gentle movements back into the feet. As always, if you've been here for the last few of my classes, you might notice a few tweets in the background. That's because I share this space with my little bird Venti, so you might notice he likes to add his little bits of commentary here and there. He can get a little bit excited. So hopefully that doesn't take too much away from the experience. He likes to be a part of the action. So when you're ready, we're going to move now into our tabletop position to our cat and cow. So I want you to begin by drawing your chin towards the chest, rounding through the spine as you push the earth away from you. Then on your next breath, slowly begin to sink the belly, drop your heart, draw your hips back, and then lift your heart and chest and eye gaze towards the top of your mat. Slowly begin to arc, draw the chin towards the chest, push the ground away from you. Slowly begin to sink the belly, shine the heart forward as you draw the hips back. Take a couple of rounds like this at your own pace with your own breath. Just feeling if you can find a little bit more spaciousness through the spine. Opening up the space so that the prana can make its way up through the column of the spine. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, let's come back into our tabletop position. You're going to begin to walk your hands forward just a little bit, tuck your toes, and we're going to come up into our downward facing dog.
So depending on how you feel, you might feel a little tight through the back of the legs. You can pedal through the feet, stretching one leg out and then the other. Just check in with your foundation that your hands are grounded down, fingers spread nice and wide, hands about shoulder width apart. You want to avoid rounding through the spine. So if you find or feel that you're rounding, bend your knees a bit more, push your chest towards your big toes, and keep pushing down into the earth as you continue to lengthen your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Find a cycle of breath here. And then on your next breath, you're going to come nice and high onto the balls of the feet. Draw your chin towards your chest. Round forward, find your high plank. Draw your heels back. Engage through the glutes and the lower belly as you draw your navel in towards the spine. Feel energy shooting out through the crown of your head. Push against the floor as you find a slight lifting of the back of the heart towards the ceiling. And then on your next breath, begin to lower all the way down through your chaturanga onto the belly. Untuck your toes. Make sure your hands are by your chest. You're going to begin to push into your hands as you lift your heart up. Then on your next breath, you're going to lift your feet up. On your next inhale, lift your hands up. As you exhale, lift your feet up. As you inhale, lift everything up a little higher. Activate you through your back body. And then on your next breath, plant your hands, tuck your toes, and push up into your upward facing dog with your toes tucked. Take a moment here to breathe into the shape. Pump your heart towards the top of the mat. Then on your next breath, point your right toes to the back of the mat, just slightly higher than the other foot. Then round your right knee towards your chin, and then slowly step your right foot towards the top of the mat. Drop your back knee down, and then on your next breath, take an inhale, sweep your arms up, low lunge. Take a moment and a round of breath just to settle into the feet. Nice and slow, you're going to begin to extend your right arm towards the back of your mat as you bring your left hand onto the outer edge of your right knee. So finding a little twist here, keep pulling your right shoulder blade back. Then nice and slow, bring the back palm, right back palm onto the left hip. Keep working to draw your right shoulder blade back. From here, you're going to keep this rotation through the right shoulder as you bring your left fingertips onto the mat, pick up your back knee, and then you're going to shift the weight into your right foot as you float your back leg up. If you need a block under your left hand, you can grab it. And then I want you to continue to rotate your right shoulder to the left side of your mat, point through your floating toes, then slowly begin to extend your right arm up. So we're in our revolved half moon pose. Keep drawing the left leg up, feeling the stretch. Then slowly, you're going to bring your left leg behind and onto the floor of your right heel. You're going to come all the way down. Right fingertips come behind you, left hand onto the left knee. Draw up through the crown of your head and take your eye gaze towards the back of your mat as you find your seated revolved twist. Nice and slow, unwind. Shift your weight forward, plant your hands, and then step back into your downward facing dog. As soon as you arrive, take a nice long inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. On your next inhale, rise nice and high onto the ball of the feet. Shift your weight forward as you keep your chin tucked towards your chest. Find your plank position. Draw your heels back. Push against the earth. Activate through the glutes. Draw the lower navel in towards the spine. Reach out through the crown of your head as you push the back of your heart towards the ceiling. Take a nice long inhale. And then as you exhale, lower all the way down into your belly. Make sure your hands are by your chest. Untuck your toes. Take an inhale. Lift your heart up just a little as you push into your hands. Squeeze your elbows in. Exhale, lift your feet. Inhale, lift your hands. Exhale, lift your feet a little higher. Inhale, lift everything up, squeeze the back body. And then as you exhale, plant your hands down, tuck your toes, and lift up into an upward facing dog. Pump your heart towards the top of the mat. Reach the heels back. Feel into the shape for a round of breath. Point your left toes towards the back of the mat, and then on your next breath, round your knee towards your forehead, and then step your left foot towards the top of the mat. Drop your back knee down and take an inhale, sweep your arms up, low lunge. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Then slowly find your twist towards the left side. Right hand comes onto the outer edge of the left knee. Take your left hand and your eye gaze towards the back of your mat. Slowly bring the left palm onto the right hip. So finding a little stretch through the shoulders. Keep pulling the left shoulder back. Then slowly take your eye gaze towards the top of the mat. Bring your right fingertips down, slightly forward of your left foot. Pick up your back knee. Shift the weight into the left foot as you float the right leg up. You might start by keeping your eye gaze down, but if you can, begin to rotate your chest towards the left side of your mat. Keep working to draw the left shoulder back, and then take the left arm up. Keep floating the right toes up, engaging through the toes. Then slowly bend into the knees as you bring the right leg behind the left heel as you come all the way down onto your sit bones. Left fingertips behind you. Right hand pulls the left knee in. Lift up through the crown of your head, and then take your eye gaze towards the back of the mat. Couple of rounds of breath. Slowly take your eye gaze back towards the top of the mat. Untangle your legs and step back into your downward facing dog. Take a nice long inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Take your eye gaze towards the top of the mat, and you can step or hop into a forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Draw the crown of your head forward, and then exhale, fold. As you inhale, begin to sweep your arms up. Eye gaze goes up, and then as you exhale, bring your hands towards your heart. Just take a moment here to connect to your breath. Just notice your energy. Notice how it feels as you begin to move and stir whatever it is that's going on within. Then from here, take an inhale, sweep your arms up. Interlace your fingers and bring your hands behind your head. Keep drawing your elbows back. Find a nice straight line from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And then on your next breath, bend into your knees, just a little micro bend, and then begin to lean the chest forward. So we're coming into our flat back, but we're drawing our elbows up towards the ceiling. Keep drawing your tailbone back, reaching the crown of the head forward. Connect to your breath here as you draw your lower navel in towards your spine. Then slowly begin to rise. Shift the weight into the left foot, draw your right knee in towards your chest, then hinge at your hips as you step your right foot slow motion all the way towards the back of your mat. Keep your chest connected to your thighs, you lean forward, so it's almost like you're creating a diagonal. Keep drawing your right heel back, reaching out through the crown of the head, drawing the elbows up, and then as you exhale, bend into your back knee and begin to rise. Lift the chest up. Maybe take a little back bend as you puff your heart up towards the ceiling. And then on your next breath, lean forward, float your right toes up, your back toes up, and find your warrior three. Keep drawing your elbows up. Nice straight line of energy through the floating toes. Then bend into your left knee, bring your right foot down, sink the hips low, lift the torso, and find a variation of your chair pose. Connect to your breath. And as you inhale, slowly begin to release. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands towards the heart. Cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head, squeeze the elbows back. Find a nice straight line, little micro bend in the knees, begin to lean the torso forward. So find your flat back and that nice straight line as you reach the crown of the head forward. Slowly begin to rise. Shift the weight into the right foot, left knee draws in towards the chest. Begin to hinge at your hips as you step your left toes towards the back of the mat. Slow motion. Keep your chest connected to the thigh, the front thigh, nice and low. Keep drawing your elbows back. Then on your next breath, bend into your back knee. Lift the torso up. Keep drawing your elbows back. Then maybe take an inhale, puff your heart up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lean the weight forward. Float up into your warrior three. Keep drawing your elbows back. Point through the floating toes. Then slowly bend into your right knee. Step your left foot down. Sink your hips down. Begin to lift the torso up a little bit. Keep squeezing the elbows back. Find your variation of your chair pose. Slowly begin to inhale. Rise, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands towards the heart. Take a moment to connect to the breath. One cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Come nice and high into the balls of the toes. Take an inhale, sweep your arms up. And then as you exhale, squat down, keeping the heels lifted. So bring your sit bones all the way towards your heels. To the best of your ability, lean your weight forward, take your knees out wide, and see if you can come down onto your sit bones with control. If not, that's also okay. I want you to extend your left leg forward, and then you're going to bend your right knee and your right leg, so you're creating a 90-degree angle. So the knee comes straight out from the hip, flex your right foot, and then I want you to square off towards the extended leg, the left leg. Take an inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then as you exhale, find a fold. So to whatever degree feels comfortable and available to you. Take a couple of rounds of breath just to come back to the rhythm, noticing the energy once again, noticing the stirring and the shifting of everything as it begins to move. Slowly begin to rise. Extend the right leg forward. This time we bend the left knee. So 90-degree angle, making sure that the knee comes out parallel from the from the other leg. You want to square off to the right foot. Lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then begin to fold forward. Just noticing if there's a difference in either side. I definitely feel a little tighter through my right leg than my left leg. So whatever it is that you notice, just bring your awareness to it. And once again, see if you can just practice becoming the witness, making an observation, but without adding to the experience with additional thoughts or perspectives or expectations. Slowly, slowly begin to rise. Square your feet off towards the top of the mat. Bring your hands onto your knees. Take an inhale, puff your heart up. And then as you exhale, draw your chin towards your chest. Slowly begin to roll all the way onto the back. As soon as you arrive, draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a really big squeeze. Then plant the soles of the feet about hip width. Make sure that your heels are close enough to your hands that you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. We're going to come into our bridge pose. So ground down through the feet. Take an inhale. Begin to curl the tailbone up. As you shift the weight up towards the ceiling, slight activation of the glutes and the inner thighs. Push down into the back of the head and the shoulders. And find your breath. If you would like to take it a little further, ground down through the right foot and then begin to lift the left foot up towards the ceiling. Point through the toes, lift the hips up just a little higher, and then slowly bring the left foot down. Keep lifting the hips up, pushing into your foundation. Shift the weight into the left foot, float the right leg up, point the toes and imagine someone's lifting you up with a piece of string, pulling you up. Then slowly, slowly bring the right foot down. Then nice and slow, curl your spine all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Both of the knees draw in towards the chest. I want you to bring the soles of the feet together. Bring your hands onto your ankles. Draw your feet in towards you and see if you can take your knees out wide. Just take a couple of rounds of breath here. And slowly, slowly begin to extend the legs out. Windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Take a nice long inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. 2 more like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Slowly draw both of your knees in towards your chest. And then roll onto your side. Take a couple of moments here just to feel the connection to the earth. And if you feel called to do so, you can take a couple more moments in a Shavasana. But if not, slowly begin to rise. Arrive in a seated position. We'll just end this class with one breath cycle. So when you're ready, take an inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale out through your mouth, bring your energy towards your heart. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this little flow, this little class, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you so much, and namaste.